Hello, friends. Welcome to Betkraft, your home of short football predictions and analysis. Okay, today being Sunday, we have Sunday Millionaire games going on today on our channel, and it will be those games will be shown at the end of this video, as well as those of you who are asking for bet code. We will also provide the bet code for Bet King. At the end of this very video. So stick around, do not swipe. Okay, and today we are starting with we have some games that we selected, and we're about to start. But for those of us who are coming across our video for the very first time, and who have not really subscribed to our channel, please take our time to do that. Take our time to do that. Click subscription button, all right, so that we head on to the business of the day. Okay, without further ado, we start the business of the day. And today we're starting with German third division, where we have Victoria Cologne coming up against the Lube. And Victoria Cologne in the past 20, as usual, they have seen 6 wins, they have seen 4 draws and 10 losses, and they've been able to score 29 goals, while they've considered 41 goals. And the West side, Lubeck is ranked 19 in the German third division. They have been able to win 3 times. They've had 6 draws and 11 losses. They have been able to score only 15 goals, but they have considered 42 goals. Okay, they're the weaker side in this very game. And also looking at the recent past for both sides, we see that in the past 5, the home side have seen 2 wins, 2 losses, and 1 draw. And the West side have seen just 1 win, 3 losses, and 1 draw. Okay, and bringing all that together, we come to conclusion that it is the home side, Victoria Cologne, who's much more stronger, and it's expected to pick up the sports in that very game. Who win? That's our verdict for that very game. And the next, it is also in Germany, but German Bundesliga second, German second division, where we have a Mark Deborg coming up against Hannover 96. And as usual, on the past 24 on the home side, you see that they've had 6 wins, 4 draws, and 10 losses. And the away side, I've seen 9 wins, 7 draws, and 4 losses in the past 20 games of played so far. And looking at how they played in recent occasions, we see that the home side have lost 3 times. In the past 5, they have as well won 1 and they have drawn 1. And the away side, Hanover, have won once and they have drawn 3 times, and also had 1 loss in the past 5 games of played so far. And looking at also the head-to-head proceeding from both sides, we see that in the past 4 head-to-head, I've seen Hanover winning on 2 occasions, and Magdeburg also winning on 2 occasions. But what they've known is the fact that the entire 4 head-to-head meetings for both sides have seen goals more than 3 on 2 occasions, and also been able to score at least 3 goals on 2 occasions. So it is an over 2.5 that is much more likely in this very encounter. So we expect over 2.5 this very game. That's our verdict. And the next is in China Super League, where we have Mezo Haka coming up against Zhejiang in Chinese Super League. And talking about the home side, we see that in the past 20 games, they've had 7 wins, they've had 5 draws and 8 losses, and their away side have had 12 wins, 5 draws, and 3 losses in the past 20 games they've had so far. And then also looking at the recent result for both sides, you see that the home side in the past 5 games have seen 2 draws and have had 3 losses also. Okay, and the away side have seen at least 2 wins, 2 draws, and 1 loss in the past 5 games I've had so far. And also looking at the head-to-head proceeding for both sides, we see that the away side have won this tie on 4 occasions out of 7 head-to-head meetings. Okay, and the home side have managed to win just once, which was in Japan in 2020. And bringing all that together, we know that the away side is much more fancy to pick up the sports in this very game. It is a win that we expect in this very game. That's our verdict. Away side to pick up the sports. And the next game that we have is an India Super League, where we have Mohun Bagan coming up against Chennai Nain in India Super League. And in looking at how they fared in the past 20, you could see that the home side have won 10 times, they have had 3 draws and 7 losses, and the away side have been able to win 6 times, and they've had 4 draws and 10 losses. And also seeing that the home side have scored 36 times, they have also considered 31 times, and the away side have scored 21 times, but considered 28 times. All right. Looking at the recent past, you see that the home side have won on 5 occasions, on 4 occasions, drawing 1 out of 5 games are played in recent time, and the away side have been able to win 2 and have lost the other 3. And the 2 they won was when they are playing from home, and they've always lost when they are playing from away. So in this very encounter, we expect the home side, Bakan, who is much more stronger. Also noticing that in the past head-to-head meeting for both sides, Bakan played from away, defeating Chennai from away by 3-1 in the Super League last year, October. And we expect the home side, who is a stronger side, Bakan, to pick up the sports in this very game. Home win. That's our verdict to this very game. And the next is Scotland Premiership, where we have Livingston coming up against Celtic. We know that in the past 20 for both sides, that Livingston have been able to manage just 3 wins, and they've had 4 draws, and they've had 13 losses in the past 20 games they've played so far. And the away side Celtic have been able to manage 15 wins. They've had 2 draws and 3 losses in the past 20 games they've played so far. And looking at the recent result, we see that the home side have lost 4 out of 5, and they have drawn just 1 out of the past 5 games they've had so far. And the away side Celtic have been able to win on 4 occasions, losing just 1, out of 5 that played so far. So it is also worthy of note that the head-to-head proceedings of this tie have seen their away side Celtic, dominating, winning on 7 occasions out of 8. And bringing all that together, we expect the away side Celtic, who is much more stronger and better side, to pick up the sports in this very game. It is a away win. That's our verdict for this very game. That takes us to the next game. It is in Denmark Super League, where we have Randers FC, who will be up against Limbe. Okay, looking at how they fared in the past 20, we see that in the past 20, Randers have managed 7 wins, their past 6 draws, and 7 losses, and their away side have seen 5 wins, 5 draws, and 10 losses in the past 20 games they've played so far. And also looking at the recent encounter for both sides, we see that Randers FC have been able to manage 2 wins, 2 losses, and 1 draw. Okay, and the away side have seen just 1 win and 4 losses in the past 5 games I've played so far. And also, what I've mentioned is the head-to-head proceedings. I've seen Randers defeating this side on several occasions. You see that the last head-to-head meeting also saw Randers defeating Limbe by 1-0. And the past 8 head-to-head have seen Randers FC winning on 6 occasions, and Limbe just winning only on 2 occasions. Out of 8. So it is Randers, who is better placed to pick up the sports in this very game, seeing that they're playing from home and they've always won their matches from home. It is home win. That's our verdict for that very game. Okay, Randers FC to win. And the next game that we have is in Ecuador, Liga Pro Serie A, where we have Universidad Católica coming up against Orense. And Católica is ranked 6th, and Orense is ranked 15th in the Ecuador League. And look at the past 20 for both sides, as well see that the home side have been able to record 8 wins, 8 draws, and 4 losses. And the away side have seen 4 wins, 7 draws, and 9 losses in the past 20 games I've had so far. And looking at how they fared from in the recent occasions, we could see that the home side have had 3 wins out of 5. They've as well had 1 draw and 1 loss out of the past 5 games I've had so far. And also the away side have only managed 3 draws in the past 5, and have had 2 losses in the past 5 games I've had so far. So also looking at the head-to-head proceedings, also take a look in the past 8 head-to-head meetings for both sides. Have seen Universidad Católica winning on 3 occasions, and also seen 2 draws, and Orense winning on just 1 occasion in this very head-to-head proceedings. So we expect the home side, Universidad Católica, the better side, to pick up the sports. Also seeing that they won the last head-to-head, which happened in September last year, from away by 2-1. So we expect the home side, Universidad Católica, to pick up the sports in this very game or win. That's our verdict. And the next game that we have is an English Premiership. We'll have Liverpool coming up against Brighton FC in the English Premier League. And we also see that Liverpool in the past 20 they have been able to have 15 wins. They've also had 3 draws and 2 losses. In the process, they've been able to score 57 goals. They're scoring a lot of goals, and they've conceded just 21 in the past 20 games they've had so far. Okay, and the away side, Brighton, who is ranked at 9th at the moment, is have won 9 leagues, have won 9 league games, and they have also had 5 draws and also 6 losses. And they've been able to score 31 goals, and they've conceded 27 on 7 occasions in the past 20 games I've played so far. And also seeing that in the recent 5 games for both sides, I've seen Liverpool winning on 3 occasions, losing one, which was against Manchester United, the FA Cup, and also drawing one, which was against Manchester City. And Brighton, on the other hand, have won 2 and they have lost 3 times in the past 5 games they've played so far. And okay, it is the home side, Liverpool, who is better shape to pick up the sports in this very encounter. It is home win. That's our verdict for that very game. And that takes us to the next game, which is the game of the week. Actually, Manchester City coming up against league leaders, Arsenal FC. And we take a look, we see that in this very encounter, it's going to be the league deciding match for me because these are the top title contenders in English Premier League. And in this very game, we see that in the past 24 home side, they have been able to win 17 times. Man City have won 17 times. They've had 3 draws and they've not lost any match in the past 20 games they've played so far. And they have scored 52 goals and they have conceded just 14 goals in the past 20 games they've played so far. And Arsenal, on the other hand, have won 13. They have drawn 2 and they've had 5 losses in the past 20 games they've had so far. And they've been able to score 51 as well as conceding 18 times in the past 20 games they've played so far. Okay, taking a look at the recent performances for both sides, we see that in the past 5, Man City have been able to win on 4 occasions, and having 1 draw, which was against Liverpool in the Premiership, as well as Arsenal winning on 4 occasions, losing just on 1 occasion to FC Porto, which was in the Champions League match. Okay, and what of note also is the head-to-head proceeding for both sides. Have always seen Manchester City in the past 8 head-to-head defeating Arsenal, on 7 occasions. And Arsenal defeating Man City on 1 occasion, which happened to be the very last meeting for both sides. Arsenal winning from home that very encounter by 1-0. Okay, and that made our verdict very, very, very difficult. But we made our verdict in this very game, seeing that Arsenal is a very different side this season, and both teams has been scoring and dispatching their opponents. Dishing out a lot of goals. We expect at least another 2.5 in this very encounter. We expect to see another 2.5. That's our verdict in this very game. Okay, at least 3 goals coming out in this very encounter. All right, and that takes us to the last game of the day, which happens to be in French League One, where Strasbourg will be up against Rennes in French League One. And look at the past records for both sides. We see that for the home side in the past 20, they've had 7 wins, they've had 7 draws, and they also have 6 losses in the past 20 games they've had so far. And their away side, Rennes, have been able to win 11 times, and they've also had 4 draws and 5 losses in the past 20 games they've had so far. And also, they've been able to score 38 goals in the process, and have conceded 25, while the home side have scored 29 goals, while they have conceded 26 goals in the process. And looking at the recent results for both sides, we see that Strasbourg, which is the home side performance, have seen just 1 win, and they've had 2 draws and 2 losses in the past 5 games they've had so far. And the Rennes, their away side, have seen 2 wins and 2 draws and 1 loss. The last match being a win against Marseille, a very informed Marseille side. We saw Rennes defeating them by 2-0. And as well, we take a look at the head-to-head proceedings for both sides. We see that Rennes have dominated the head-to-head proceedings for this side in the past 8 head-to-head meetings. Rennes winning on 5 occasions out of 8, and we saw Strasbourg, having just 1 win, and also saw 2 draws, coming out of these head-to-head proceedings. And the last head-to-head meeting for both sides saw a 1-1 draw when Rennes played at home. And in this very encounter, we as well knew that Rennes is a team that is in very fine form, and they are scoring and they are pushing forward to see that they qualify for either Champions League or Europa League or any European competition. So it is their away side, Rennes, who is expected to have some results in this very game. But we're going to play safe, and we chose our away side to win or draw in this very encounter. That's our verdict. Away win or draw. Okay, and that concludes our games predictions for you today. And now it's time for the Sunday Millionaire Games, and it is the Sunday Millionaire Games that is going to be posted here. Take a look and make sure you play these games. Make sure you whatever you're playing with, also make sure that you get to a million. We want to always try out this, see how we can. Maybe one day we'll be successful in this. Okay, let's be trying that every Sundays. Okay, and also the booking code is available for you to take a look, and also play this game. Remember to accrue it, let it be up to a million, and try it out, see how it goes. Okay, that being said, and we end today's predictions and analysis of Betkraft. I hope to see you again here tomorrow for tomorrow's game. And on that note, we sign out and say, keep winning. Until next time.